Skullgirls. Man, I love Skullgirls. Skullgirls was what really got me into the FGC. And while I played fighting games in passing beforehand, it was Skullgirls that made me say, alright, this fighting game stuff, it's pretty cool. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the graphics. Maybe it was the music. Or maybe it was my girl Valentine over there. Now, Skullgirls Mobile's been out since a while, but I never really bothered with it because a mobile fighting game, that sounds like trash. The only game I play on my phone is Raid Shadow Legends. So for years, I just ignored it, whatever. I got the real game on Steam, and PS4, and 3DS. So fast forward, or I guess rewind, to when Any of the Stars finally came out, bringing along a season pass with her. Man, that shit was crazy. Everybody thought it was over. I thought it was over. The voice actors thought it was over.
So, this is it.
Huh? What is?
Skullgirls. It's finished. There's no more updates, no more development. It's just done.
But here it is, back from the dead. Almost like a Skullgirl. But the big question was, how are they affording this? We barely got the first batch of DLC characters with a crowdfunding campaign. Where did all this money come from? Well, as it would turn out, the answer was in my pocket the whole time. Skullgirls Mobile is an expert case of reusing assets they already had to make something new and interesting. Kinda like Capcom vs SNK. But why is Miss Fortune censored in the mission select screen, yet her normal sprite is still in the game? Did the Google's rating board only glance at it and go, yeah, this looks good, T rating? Anyway, the game is pretty simple, yet surprisingly it has some depth to it, for a mobile game. You can't freely move your character, you can only slide your finger back to backdash, or slide it forward to do a forward attack. Holding two fingers down blocks, and swiping them up or down does a throw. Tapping once throws out a move, and you can tap up to 3 times to do an auto combo. Sometimes more if you unlock the character's full kit, which I'll get to later. There's also launchers and lows that you can do by either swiping one finger up to do a launch, and swiping one finger down to do a low. Special moves are similar to Grand Blue Versus, where it's one tap to use and then it must cool down for a certain period. I mean, makes sense. Imagine doing circular inputs on a phone. What kind of sick game would do that? Blockbusters are also like specials, only on a longer cooldown, and you can pick which ones before the match starts. There's also this rock paper scissors mechanic going on where each character has a different element, either fire, water, air, or light and dark, and I don't really care for it. This means that if you want to play optimally, you're going to need to change out your characters to counter whatever element your opponent picked, and this is where the mobile moneybags come in. The character colors, which were a minimal side distraction in the main game, are now the focal point of the mobile title. Each color and character tier changes the stats of the character, with rare ones offering better stats and better abilities. Moves also come in tiers, with the higher tiers doing more damage than their lower counterpart. Everything in the game is upgradable, and while you can easily max out a bronze tier character or move to unlock more damage and faster cooldowns, the same can't be said for the higher tiers, which require an insane amount of work with in-game currency. Of course, you can always grind out the free random loot boxes they give you for playing the game and completing certain challenges, but if you want the good shit, you're gonna need to fork over some cash. And it seems that people are more than happy to do so, because if we're going by the chart, Lab Zero, Future Club, showed off during the Indiegogo, then we got Annie, Umbrella, and Black Dahlia, then that means this mobile game's really bringing in some serious dough. And don't get me started on the energy levels that drain faster than your phone's battery. But with all that said and done, the question to be asked at the end of the day is this game good? Yeah, it's pretty good. This isn't a game you're gonna play while on the toilet. And if I hear any of you guys playing Skullgirls while taking a shit, I'm calling you out. It's easy to pick up and play as a nice distraction while you're waiting for the bus or, waiting for a match in your favorite anime fighting game. Because you're going to be waiting a while. It's kind of dumb how you can't unlock versus mode until level 10, but, you level up pretty quickly anyway, so I suppose it's really not that big of a deal. Although I much prefer to fight a real person than the AI, because I'm fairly certain the AI cheats. But, if you like Skullgirls and you want to carry it around with you, then check it out. It's free, it's got GGPO, it's got tournament support for some reason, and it supports a great game at the end of the day. But why is Misfortune censored?